Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here for the offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
LSU right back to the line. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best deep.
Sends it downfield. Oh, picked off. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Give to the running back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Finds the tight end. Got room at the 35. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Powers forward but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Looking to throw, it's Dull. They're trying to get to it. Got it set up on the outside. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They tried to set up that screen. The problem was, David, they left a big hole in it for the tackle.
And just a great job by the defense. Like, that's a fool you play. That's a trick you play. It gets you to run upfield, rush the passer, slip it behind you, the defense.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. LSU quick to the line. The give to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. Tempo and overdrive.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
He is like a loose boulder just rolling to the 32. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for us.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Looking to convert, LSU comes to the line on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Shakes off the defender. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Give to the running back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put 1 mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the 1st quarter. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
He makes a catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you play zone coverage, and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Ball carried by the running back. Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd down.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Defense in press coverage. From the gun, running back on the move. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets to 1st down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
They'll go with a direct snap. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Touchdown Tigers! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Here's the handoff. Just ran over it. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Breaking out the jet sweep. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll go to the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll try the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Just ran him over. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I got to challenge my guys all throughout the week. We get in these short yardage situations. Who's the bigger man? Who's the better man? Who's going to be more physical? These are the situations we practice all week. Challenge the manhood of the offensive line, and they come through in a big way.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a nice gain. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. A first down run in the red zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. From the gun, the ground game. And he'll be brought down.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back in the coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
3rd and goal, where the fire purifies and separates. Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. Ready to try the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. From inside the 15, here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Is ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Coming after him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. To the air. It's Dahl. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll throw it on first down. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Breaks the tackle. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will kick it off to start the second half. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
A lot of times you have these guys start. These wide receivers, they're game breakers, and you want to find ways to give them the football, whether it be screens, whether it be jet sweeps. Just find ways to give him the football because he can get 5 yards in a hurry when you need those plays, especially when you want to mix it up on the defense and keep them guessing.
Pressure coming. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The sweet feet buy a little time. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves in.
LSU right back to the line. The give to the back. And he used that stiff arm as a sledgehammer to bludgeon his way to a few extra yards. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Not a lot of space down here on the goal line when you're trying to run the football. You might want to think about going to the perimeter or maybe throwing it next time. Barges ahead.
takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The offense lining up for a first down play. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Looking downfield, it's Dahl. Looking down the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
They're only 1 for 3 on 4th down attempts, but they'll try it again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. LSU quick to the line. They'll give it to the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it. They really need to convert this 3rd and 1 to capitalize on that great field position. They'll try to run for it. And the Tigers get enough for the first down.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. And no doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time, the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. This is a designed run. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Wide open downfield. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. power football with the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Touchdown, LSU! And that one will give them the lead. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Brings up 2nd down.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking for a man. It's Dahl. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some 1st downs and march down the field.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that pass picked off. Looking for more room. Running inside the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, LSU! They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UCF has the lead right now, but this night's crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet here inside the bounce house. They're up by just 2 over Arizona. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get 1st downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the 1st down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. Offense set on 1st down. It's a draw. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding, right? This offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and fight.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
and giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Getting some heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Complete in the middle. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Yeah, and unfortunately in the 4th quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. To the ground with the back. He showed it all there. A little looseness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. LSU right back to the line.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. He'll do it himself. Keeps the legs moving. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. If he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. A designed run for the quarterback. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple of scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on, and I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to leave.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up, and this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Going downfield for the big play. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that 4th down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Trying to get to it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll down this punt just inside the 40-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Let's go. On the ground, it's Kelly. Thrust that arm out. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. He's got it again. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. LSU quick to the line. They go to the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Discards a man. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
It's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quick handoff. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on. They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again.
This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find...
Going deep. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Got some room to run. The 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll leave it with him. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They go right back to him. Shakes off the tackler. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown in the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
And I think some people don't like that. They think it's piling on. But listen, the offense is running the football. They're not throwing it all over the yard. Your job to stop it. Even though we might have some fun handshakes.